Our Bulls did what they needed to do in the second half. Bulls did exactly what was needed to be done. And that was come out, put their foot to the throat of the Detroit Pistons and getting them out of the game. Exactly what we were talking about in the halftime hangout basically went down. The Bulls came in by the end of the third quarter. Hell, really, by halfway through the third quarter, the game was completely out of reach, and they held on to that lead. The Bulls won in a defining fashion in which they should have against inferior opponent. They were able to get their starters some rest, and they won the game. That was it. It wasn't a lot of breakdown. That second half of the game, the Bulls, in the third quarter, the Pistons only scored 14 points. The Bulls scored 36 points in both the third and the fourth quarters. That's 72 points in just the second half. Again, when the Bulls are passing the ball in the way they did, even if it's infectious. Even look at the way that when the bench players came in, how they were zipping the ball around passing wise. That ball movement, when the Bulls have that elite type ball movement, they're damn near unbeatable. Damn near unbeatable. A tell of two halves for Vooch. In the halftime hangout, so many people were blaming it on Vooch, saying Vooch can't, even somebody said Vooch can't play with other stars. Came in the second half, Vooch, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a plus minus of plus 26. Vooch was a big part of this game, especially when Zach LaVine only 3 for 10 over the course of the full game, only 10 points. Now, he probably could have got that around. He played 29 minutes. DeMar only 27 minutes. That's what you like to see, is to get games in where you can get your players not playing very many minutes and still win the game in defining fashions. This was a big game for the Chicago Bulls bench. Ayo and Kobe both with 10 points off the bench. Now, Matt Thomas, Kobe with 13 points, I'm sorry, off the bench. But then Matt Thomas, Alfonso McKinney came in with 10 points each as well. This was just a good game. This is what you wanted to see. This was a nice tune-up game to prepare for a big game against the Brooklyn Nets, which the Bulls do have a huge game against the Nets coming up. But it was good to see the Bulls get out there, do the things that they need to do to win the game, and then go home. Well, stay home, I guess, is because they're already home. But stay home and prepare, get to sleep in their own beds, practice, and prepare for a big matchup on national TV tomorrow against the Brooklyn Nets. There's really not a lot to say about this. This was a great team win. Like I said, I like the adjustments. We always talk about Billy Donovan and his hesitation to make adjustments. Good to see Billy Donovan make adjustments and come out that second half and just firing on all cylinders. But that's it for analysis for me. We're going to go to comments. We're going to spend most of the time on comments because there's not a lot to break down in this game. Ayo is going to be a star. Iowa's going to be a star. All right, let's go ahead and get into the other thing. Make sure y'all like the vid. 49 people waiting, but only 4 likes. Come on. Hey, that man said get the likes up. So where are the Vooch haters? Hey, see, that's what I love, like, seriously, is that people who make huge statements, right? It's not to say Vooch had a bad half. Yeah, he did have a bad half. That is a legitimate thing. We could have said that he had a bad first half, but there were people in the halftime hangout saying, "Oh, Vooch can't play with stars. Vooch is going to kill us. Vooch is." Listen, as we've seen, right? If you guys don't know enough when it comes to Vooch, he's been good more than bad since he came back from since we came back from the 3-game break that we had, that week off that we had. Vooch is solid. He's gonna have bad games, right? But to say things like Vooch can't play with other stars, listen, got to get up out of here with that. Vooch is showing you a lot. Matt Thomas out there looking like Chef Curry. Hey, Matt Thomas was dribbling, one dribble, pull it away. Yeah, he was feeling it. Could have started the stream with the fourth. Yeah, I could have, but I didn't want to do the similar. That would have been similar to the time Garpax started their press conference from the draft, and the rest of the first round and the second round of the draft wasn't even done yet. So no, I wasn't going to do that. Dotson is pretty quick defensively, on small, fast player, could come in handy in a pinch. Listen, Dotson's still young. And Dotson I think they're going to hold on to Dotson for a while. But this team has a lot of guards, so we'll see. Brooklyn and Golden State Warriors coming up. Got to feel good. Yeah, and the Golden State, they lost to Memphis, right? I know they were losing last time I checked. I know the lead was pretty big, but I'm pretty sure they're going to lose that game. Oh, they did lose by 8. I don't know if that's good or bad for us, because now are they going to come out trying to kill us now? Like what's going to happen there? But it is what it is. DeMar back to shooting. Listen, every player, every team goes through down stretches. It was going to happen, but he was going to come back up, and we're seeing that. We sure do James Jameson. Was that a comment? I don't know. I must have missed something. Vooch had us that when listen, Vooch came in the second half and said, "Oh, y'all was hating on Chicago Bulls Central. Y'all was hating on me on Chicago Bulls Central's live stream. I'm gonna show y'all something. We got to recognize the contribution. Yes, Troy Brown Jr. has been making huge steps defensively, right? His offense isn't always there, but his defense has been pretty consistent for quite a while, right? And that could mean a couple of things, right? Again, does that make him more attractive in the trade market, especially because he has an expiring contract and the Bulls are heavy on the wing? What does that mean? But overall, like just evaluating just his play, plus minus of +6, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 steals, and 7 points from Troy Brown Jr. He's really showing us some things. And Tony Bradley, it's like Tony Bradley does one thing good and 3 things bad, right? He had some blocks up there that look great. Then he did have one putback that looked good. But then he had another couple of times where he just turned the ball over. Like Tony Bradley's such an interesting case, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see what else we got in here. Goddamn, the Bulls woke up today and decided to clap some cheeks. They definitely did. Listen, but they knew everybody knew what this game should have been. It should not have been any question. The Bulls should have won this game handedly. Exactly what I said in the preview video. Win this game by the end of the third quarter. Let your starters sit. We need to have a big lead by then. That's what happened. That's what great teams do against teams like this. Just the second half we needed to see, and just asking if Vooch is still horrible for the Vooch truthers out there. Absolutely, absolutely. Troy Brown Jr. has been looking a lot better overall, the most aggressive on defense. And like, keep in mind, like, this team is still very new early in the season. Troy Brown Jr. started off the season getting a lot of minutes. He wasn't playing good. Then he sat down. Then when Kobe White finally came back, a lot of those minutes were going to Kobe White because they were trying to get Kobe White back in rhythm. And then when players started going out with COVID protocol, it got Troy Brown Jr. another chance. Don't overlook the fact that now that this team and all the roles are clearly defined, right? Just about every role that a player has on this team is clearly defined and what they need to do. Telling Troy Brown Jr., hey, we just need you to open shots, we need you to make the right passes, and we need you to play solid defense has probably been very freeing to him. And one thing I want to point out with this as well, this is why I do love Billy Donovan as a coach that can contend and develop players at the same time. When Marko Simonovic got out there and got that technical foul, he walked over to Billy Donovan on the sidelines, and while Billy Donovan was on there, he was talking to him. Then when he went back in there, you saw Billy Donovan give him the shove, like, all right, now go out there and show us something. In the next defensive play, Marko Simonovic made a block, got control of the block, made a pass, went back down on the other side of the ball, made a smart screen. And these are the type of things that Marco's not ready. Marko needs to get his body in order. If you didn't see anything else there, he was getting bodied because he needs to grow into his grown man body. But Billy Donovan, being a coach and an educator out there, is very evident when you see little things like that. And he's doing things like that for Troy Brown Jr. as well, for sure. Brandy Nicole, get the likes up. Thank you, Brandy. You know I love you. I appreciate you so much. I'm glad we didn't play to the level of our competition today. Exactly. The Bulls can't keep doing that. Where are the shit talkers about food? Where they at? Where they at? Sometimes I dream that he makes memes, PJ Montrese. Oh, man. Whatever Coach D said at halftime message, heard loud and clear. Absolutely. This was a great tune-up game. That's what this game was. It was a great tune-up game for a team to prepare for way better competition in the next 2 games, right? The next 2 games are going to be big tests for the Bulls. My boy Kobe, listen. For the Kobe haters out there too that started the season, Kobe is really turning into the type of player that we thought Kobe was going to be and that we hoped Kobe could be, especially now. Again, those defined roles helps players grow so much. I was a little worried after the flat start, but they got it together and took off on the boys in the second half. Great win. Absolutely, Zanny. Absolutely. Great third quarter by Vooch. Nice to see him answering the critics. He really inhibited our offense. Initiated, I guess is maybe what you're saying. We needed a solid bounce back game like this to get us ready for those dogs on Wednesday and Friday. Listen, we did. That's always what this was supposed to be. Was supposed to be a tune-up game, and that's what they did. Vooch almost had more points than the whole Pistons team. No, I think it was pretty close in the third quarter. What did they scored 14 points in the third quarter? I don't know what Vooch scored exactly in the third quarter, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. We 9-0 when we have over 30 assists. Hey, and that's going to be a big key against the teams that we're playing. The ball, listen, again, down the stretch, if needed, to ISO ball if other people's shots aren't falling like this, but this is the way that we need to play against the teams that we have coming up. Is that ball movement? We are so dangerous when we do that. Now the thing is that we're playing two other teams that like to spread the ball around as well, but we'll see. LaVine almost had a triple-double, and so did DeMar. Yeah. As much as LaVine had a bad shooting night, and he was 3 for 10, LaVine had nine rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, only 1 turnover from LaVine, and 10 points, and was still a positive plus-minus of plus 28. Now, that's easy to be a positive plus-minus when you win by deficit as much as this, but, hey, you got to win the games. Again, held the Pistons under 90 points, especially when most of our starters and key players did not play at all in that fourth quarter. Io from Brandon Nicole, absolutely, absolutely. Billy Donovan is putting Io on star players, and he's holding down. He's looking like a young Drew Holiday. Hey, I hear that comparison a lot, and he's living up to it. Somehow the third string was handing it to their starters. Were there starters out there in the fourth quarter? I was so busy just looking at our team, and Matt Thomas really think he was Clay or Steph at one point that I didn't even pay attention who was guarding him. Irving and Harden are questionable. Yeah, we know, but I think Irving's already said he's going to play tomorrow. Harden thing being questionable, he's going to play. I'm happy for Troy Brown Jr. He had a great game from Fred Jose. Yep, Troy Brown Jr. had a great game. Aldridge is out too. That's the one, right? Even like any team against us that's missing some of their size, I'm gonna be happy with that. Troy Brown was playing really well as well. Yes, Troy Brown Jr. is definitely playing well. Nice bum slay win. Yep, that's what you need is those type of tune-up games, especially after a tough loss. Let's see. I'm going to skip ahead some. Let's skip ahead some so we can keep up with it. Is this win good enough for you, Haize? Hey, this is the exact type of one I wanted to see them. This is the exact type of win I wanted to see them get in. The exact type. Sucks we let Matt go. We could have kept him. Listen, the Mac McClung thing. I said it on my pre-recorded video today. I know he has a lot of fans. I know people really think and see something in him, but this Bulls team is really guard heavy, and they have their own guy in Dotson, in which they really, once he goes back to the D League, they're really going to try to be focusing on developing him, I think. But yeah, it would have been nice to see McClung stay in the G League team and see what we could have got out of him. But we project to have young guards for so long, right? If they keep Io, Kobe, Lonzo, Zach here for the long run, like we're going to have quite a bit of young guards for a while. Way to bounce back. Absolutely, Jack is truth. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. The squad responded amazing tonight. Great bounce back win. Love to see them come out with the burst of energy, full throttle against Golden State Warriors. Absolutely. Leo! Sorry about that. Had to yell at the dog. I thought I muted it and I turned off my mic. My bad for your ears. Detroit just beat the Jazz in the Bucks last few games. Well, I mean, listen, yeah, they were on a nice little buzz and they were coming in trying to do something, but I'm glad that we took that away from them as early as we did. Vooch not a shooting guard. He's not going to hit threes every damn game. Jeez, he's a big man. Yeah, I mean, A-Lives he's going to hit threes probably every game. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that Vooch is a 3-level scorer at being the size he is, and that's very, very rare. So yeah, for sure. Let's see. Once we turned up our defense, this game was ours. Absolutely. And this team playing in the pass lanes is very important for how they play, for sure. This one, the Memphis-Chicago game, would be really interesting because they're going to be a mirror match. Listen, I've said that on the halftime hangout. That game is almost as important as the other game. Well, let me stop the hyperbole. The Brooklyn Golden State are absolutely more important, but then that Memphis game is highly important too, just to see how the Bulls match up. Is Caruso going to be back? But Memphis is hot, and they're beating a lot of good teams. So yeah, it's gonna see. Oh man, here you go. I told y'all watch out for my boy McKenzie. He's gonna steal some time. No, again, he came in garbage time. So I don't know if he's gonna steal time if it's a tight win or not. But I mean, he's playing his role. Honestly, I'm more scared of Memphis right now than Brooklyn and the Warriors. I mean, I can understand why you say that. I can understand why you say that. I was 2 points off. I said that we keep him at 85, but I'll take 87. Hey, a win's a win. Win's a win. Damn, Zach only had 10 points with that. Zach was not shooting well. He was 3 for 10 tonight, but he almost had a triple-double even with that. So Bulls did exactly what I expected them to do. Beat an inferior team and did not let up. Super chat coming soon. Haize, I appreciate you, Brandon. I appreciate you, my brother. Let's see. IO defensive. IO is amazing in general. Like to see IO's growth from the beginning of the season till now, right? From the beginning of the season when he was afraid to take certain shots, at the beginning of the season when he was on there because they trusted him to do some things defensively, but not necessarily run anything through him. There are times that they absolutely run their offense through. Well, let me not say they initiate their offense through IO and they trust him to do things like hit open shots and to take big shots as well. Like the IO's growth is just it's spectacular. It's crazy, right? In a positive way. Is it wrong to say the IO has already passed no. Oh, well, in being aggressive, there's no hesitation. Yeah, okay, I can as far as aggressive, yeah, for sure. Because he has no hesitation out there now. Tough day for Zoe tomorrow. He got to come to play. Listen, we got to trust Zoe. He's going to come in. He's going to lock in. The real season starts after the All-Star break, so I'm looking forward to seeing them pick up even more steam by then. I wouldn't say the real season starts after the All-Star break, but we see adjustments. I mean, that's farther than halfway into the season. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of things change, and we'll know exactly where every team sits. Worry Bulls being overhyped if they beat the Nets underman Irving. Well, don't worry. You can't worry. Why are you worried about that now? It's tonight, right? We're not even talking about that. You got to beat who's in front of you, regardless of and questionable. Irving's already said he's going to play, so trust he's going to be out there. Questionable doesn't mean a lot. So we'll see. In a year or two, we can have a big five with 6-man Kobe if we stay patient and don't make a trade. We'll see. I don't think they're going to make a trade, but we'll see. How would you grade Devin Mark? I mean, it was garbage time. They played great in garbage time. I mean, they played better than I thought they would, hitting open shots. But I mean, it is. I won't really give that a grade. I mean, kind of is what it is. So yeah, and he's gonna that's the part. That's the point of it. Like of him being in the G League, right? Once everybody's back healthy, him being back there, it's really about him getting conditioning, getting used to the speed of the game, and putting on weight. This summer is going to be a key summer for Marko Simonovic because I think it's going to really tell what the Bulls do. Because if they see enough in him where they're like, hey, maybe we can trust this guy to do some stuff. Maybe they don't have to spend money or their mid-level exception on bringing in another power forward or backup forward. Maybe they see it and think, hey, we're going to take a shot at Marko and see what he gives us. If 15, 20 games into the season is not where we think, we'll see what we can do. Who knows what they're going to do? But yeah, Marko is definitely a baby out there. I know we love Vooch, but he has to be held accountable too. I swear he's lazy as shit with his interior. No, he's just he lacks some interior defense. But keep in mind, games against like people like Sabonis, Vooch had a stretch in there where he was playing really good defense for a while. Again, he's not the best one-on-one defender. His thing is always going to be team defense, and we'll see. But it's just, hold him accountable. But look at his stat line. Vooch was playing good out there, and he really helped us in the second half a lot. We 9-0. Yes, we know we're undefeated when we have 30 or more assists. They had me worried in the first quarter. Not gonna lie, we can't play like that. But listen, yes, they can't play down in the first quarter or play down to their competition, especially in games that we have going up. If we're just gonna play like that every day, maybe we should just bash him every halftime. Hey, I'm telling you, he may watch. They were in the locker room. They were watching Chicago Bulls Central, and they saw you guys bashing him. Let's talk about Io though. He's very special, extremely special. Let's see. What else we got? Skipping ahead some just because I feel it. We're missing some of the chat tonight. The Pistons scored 14 in the third while Vooch scored 6. I thought he outscored them in the third. Vooch haters are punching in the air right now. They still find enough to hate. They're always going to find enough to hate when it comes to Vooch. I love Matt Brady and Nicole. I mean, he's not going to get a lot of minutes, but hey, it is what it is. Cade, Haize, Stewart, were there when third stringers start. Oh, well, hey, That's crazy. That's crazy. Great game, Haize. This shed is going to be lit tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. Zach and DeMar both almost had triple doubles. Yep. Beautiful, isn't Haize? Hey. No, I know what you meant. Yeah, it was definitely a beautiful win. Definitely a beautiful win. I want to see Cook in the starting lineup at power forward. Listen, I don't know about at the starting lineup, but I definitely at this point, I said it before, and I gave Bradley his kudos for his first game back. He played really good in that first game back. He had a down game or two. Since then, he was okay today. But I'm at this point, Cook needs to be getting Bradley's minutes, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I know everybody doesn't agree with that, but yeah. Imagine a Bulls Grizzlies. The amount of points that would be scored in that series. I wonder what the record is for most points scored overall in the final series, because they may damn near break that shit. Oh man, I honestly Kobe ceiling is Gilbert Arenas. Hey, I mean, you're not that. I've read that before, places that they made that comparison, but we'll see. Man, if Thomas can snipe like that on demand, that's a nice spiker shooter to have in your back pocket. Yep, absolutely is. Absolutely. JJ Ortiz. Bulls versus Grizz in the finals will be an amazing series. Hey, and that would be a series of the new stars of the NBA to a degree, right? When you think of it, we know Zach is really trying to become a superstar to a degree. John Morant as well. Like that would really be as LeBron's career winds down. You know, we still have Kevin Durant. We still have other stars in the league, but it would be great for like the young and up and coming to have a finals like that. That would be crazy. But imagine how the NBA would feel to have a team like the Bulls, who only had less than 10 televised games over the course of the season. I think they're scheduled to have to get into the finals. Man, that would be crazy. We won the third quarter. One of our weaknesses came out strong. Yep. I mean, we turned it around really in the third quarter. Jones Jr. Threes back-to-back. Yep. For sure. Reward 1,100 FPS. What's up, Haize? Tom? Nope. He shouldn't get more minutes. He's the end of a bench player for a reason. So it is what it is. Bro, I cringe every time I see Vooch hack up a three. Can we all agree he's way better player when he bangs down low? I'll take the little 15. No, he's a good 3-point shooter. He hasn't been a volume 3-point shooter for a long part of his career, but no, Vooch is solid from there. Like, again, when Vooch is in rhythm, I don't care where he shoots from, because once Vooch gets going, that motherfucker, like I said, he's a 3-level scorer. But when his shot isn't falling, I understand where you're coming from with that. Warriors just lost to Memphis, so I believe we can beat them. Warriors are not as good as I thought. Well, I mean, any team can be beat. Every team's going to lose against teams that they shouldn't be. Every team's going to win some games they probably shouldn't have won. Every team's going to lose some games they probably shouldn't lose. But the Warriors, I mean, from top to bottom, they are amazing. So it is. We'll see. Well, I mean, like I said, I give us a chance against any team in the league. Cordell 98. Haize, I may sound crazy with this, but the way Io is playing and progressing, he might take Lonzo's job as in the Bulls trade away Lonzo. Not something I want. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I don't know if I see that. I'm anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. You never know how players are gonna progress. It very well could mean that in the playoffs this season, Io goes off, and then next season he just is out there killing it. It could very well be that, but I don't know. Lonzo's so much more of a versatile defender than Io, even with Io being a great defender, him being versatile in himself. We'll see, though. We'll see. It's funny how y'all coming for Vooch tonight, and he ended the game with the most points. Y'all know who y'all are. Hey, they were killing Vooch in the halftime hangout. Memphis franchise record, 10th straight win. Don't sleep on them. Listen, do not overlook Memphis. Memphis on a 10-game winning streak right now. I hope it still continues, and the Bulls going to break it. Have you heard any news about? No, haven't heard anything about Caruso. Haven't heard anything, but I wouldn't expect it till tomorrow morning anyway. We'll see. We may not have him tomorrow. Troy Brown with 6 steals. Yep, that was a crazy amount of steals he got. It's fine. Zach can come up big tomorrow versus next. Stay hungry. Nice win. There you go. Absolutely. Aaron Patterson. Ja's a problem. Second coming of D Rose. I would say it's even. Listen. Yes, he reminds you a lot of D Rose, but these D Rose with even more of a deadly shot, like than D Rose had from like the outside. Listen, Ja's going to be a problem. in this league for a long time coming. Long time coming. Laxus Garza with a good point. No one played 30+ minutes tonight getting ready for tomorrow. Yeah, and that's what this is why I've been saying for a while that it really kind of, not upset may be too strong of a word, but like it's disappointing that the Bulls at times can't hold on to big leads, and they almost always let them at least whittle down some to where our starters have to come play in the fourth, because this is ideally what you want with a deep team like we have, is you want to hold on to big leads when you have and you can get them. That way you can sit your starters down in the fourth quarter. We don't really get a lot of opportunities to do that. So seeing John Morant play takes me back to D Rose era. Yeah, it's special. It's definitely special. It's definitely special. Keep in mind this, Matt guaranteed Thomas, that is all. But hey, it's not a contract that you still can't cut if you need to. Yeah, it's guaranteed, but it's not like it's a huge number. Tomorrow going to be lit, bro. Let's get the dub. Can't wait for a possible live post game with a win. Listen, let me warn y'all right now. If the Bulls win tomorrow, right? Regardless, even if the Bulls show up and play, we've beaten Brooklyn before. If the Bulls win tomorrow, it's going to be an amazing live stream. Don't get me wrong, because it's nationally televised. So there's going to be a lot of casual fans who find their way into different live streams of different Chicago Bulls content creators. But the next day, right? If I'm telling y'all right now, I know I posted the teaser about Petty Roosevelt's video against Nick Friedel. But if the Bulls win tomorrow against the Brooklyn Nets, the day after tomorrow, Petty Roosevelt has a video. And it's not Nick Friedel. That's the victim. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. The ballad. That's all I can say. Cordell 98, IO may take long, but yeah, man, let's get some of what you're smoking. This shit must be some gas. Hey, I understand what he's getting at with that, though. I understand what he's getting at. Let's see. Jeremiah Yoder. Yup. I'm going to go with Yoder. After dropping the previous game, the Bulls team bounced back in a huge way. Great team finds ways to win, and their best games are ahead of them. Let's go, Bulls. First of all, why you got to yell at me? Why do you have to yell at me? That hurt my feelings. No, just play with you. Good job, bro. Like, yeah, for sure. I feel your excitement on that one. Yeah, I may be making them clean points, and the Bulls just went crazy over these scores. How was it a tough day for Zoe? He had 18 points, 3 steals. And who said it was a tough day for Zoe? Haize, do you see Matt Thomas become? No, he's not. He's too old for that. He's not going to be becoming no JJ Redick type player. He's exactly what he should be. He's an end of the bench player. That's a shooting specialist that still can play some D. He's a veteran. That's what he's supposed to be doing. Dallas game went off. Win streak had some smoke and mirrors. Good D tonight. Billy should be happy. Held an NBA team under 90 points. Yep. For sure. Congrats on 4K subs. You've been killing it. Thank you, Fry Guy, man. We passed 4K subs. Not me. Like one of my biggest things, this channel is not to glorify me at all. We passed that, and it's a hell of a milestone, and it's crazy that what we've accomplished in 5 months. Like I don't sleep on that at all. So yeah, it's crazy. Is the top 4 of the East tougher than the top 4 in the West overall? I would probably have to say yeah. Do you think we scared Brooklyn with listen, ain't nobody, this is NBA. They already got us locked in. We need 125 more likes. Hey, listen, Brandy's on y'all. Y'all better listen to Brandy. Will Caruso be? We don't know. Everybody's asking about Caruso. We don't know. 253 and 75 like. Get them likes up, y'all. Hey, I don't listen. It's like one of those things that YouTube is so crazy. Like even though like we have videos that like get 5, 6, 7,000 views, like only half the people are subscribed. Like it's just one of those weird YouTube things. I'm just getting into this YouTube game, so I'm still trying to understand it. Bro, it's Brooklyn. We ain't scared nobody with the Pistons. That's a fact. With the Pistons of all, Marco needs to hit the gym and put some size on. Hey, listen, it's hard to do that within the season, but trust and believe. Kind of like even you see players like Patrick Williams added, even though he had a grown man NBA body, he added his body over the course of his first season, and he was hurt. Like it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Give him some time. It's going to happen, though. It's going to happen. You feel like we need everybody on Friday to beat Golden State? It depends, right? It depends. Io is special, man. Listen, ideally we would absolutely want to have Caruso back, but listen, having 2 defensive guards who have the capability to defensively in Lonzo and Io coming at you, man, that's gonna be some. If we beat the Nets and the Warriors, will national media consider us real contenders? National media doesn't give a fuck about the Chicago Bulls. The amount of rebounds by DeMar and Levine is indicative of their aggression on defense. Something to keep in mind. Listen, rebounding is an effort stat, right? Rebounding is absolutely an effort stat, especially when you look at Zach and DeMar's rebounds were mostly defensive rebounds. It's a thing of effort, and the team is going to need a lot of effort for the teams that they have coming up. So, Matt Thomas sniper gang, absolutely, absolutely. Iowa with such a great mix of confidence and humility. I feel he entered the league just there to learn and has become a great student of the game. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yet they're making it mandatory across the globe. Why? I don't know what you must be talking about. Vaccine, I'm guessing. Where's Nick Friedel and Chris Broussard at? Listen. Woo! I feel like we can beat the Nets by 10 or more. Hey, what was the last game against the Nets? I know we won that handily down. I don't know if it was a big lead like that, though, but we'll see. Did you see China make their own fake sun? Go Bulls. What? I don't know what that's about. I was really hoping to see Caruso stick Kyrie and Steph this week. You still may, right? You still may. You still may. You still may. Can we talk about Bradley? I feel like all he needs is confidence. I feel like he's a decent shooting, but thinks too much. Imagine if he can score. No. Listen, I'm over Bradley. I don't even think it's a confidence thing. Like I don't know if it's a confidence thing. I'm not willing to say that. Like it's too many lapses. It's way too many lapses. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. Did I hear? Yes, of course I heard about that. And he can think that all he fucking wants to. That's all I'll say. It's one of those things we'll never be able to fully prove, but it is what it is. Let it. He should think that, right? He should think that of his team. Everybody should have that confidence in their team. Vooch was getting ready for the Warriors with that scoring stretch. Hey, for sure. Gerard Lee. JJ Redick on his YouTube, compare the Bulls to last year's Suns team with Levine being like Devin Booker. Yeah, I actually talked about that on the video, Gerard. Somebody I had Shay called in about that, so I already talked about that. But yeah, I like that comparison a lot. Slow down on the Grizzlies talk. I follow Lonzo's career. Ja folds when Lonzo guards him. Well, let's see. I need to see it. I don't doubt it, but I need to see it. Put some respect on Nikola Vucevic's name. Wait until after All-Star break. Like I said, going to be a murderer. Here you go, bro. Let's see. When Stacey King talks loud so the refs hear him. Listen, Stacey King is hilarious. And then they showed him, right? They on the video, they showed him over the way he was looking over. And Stacey King is fucking amazing. He's gold, bro. He's gold, man. What makes the Warriors so dangerous that they don't rely on athleticism and size? You're right. Warriors have a unique brand of basketball that. So, y'all, I got it. If y'all ever see me looking off, we got our cat. This is the first time I've ever owned a cat. I've never really been around cats. This cat literally pops up out of nowhere. Like, legit. I just looked over there. There was no animal over there. I looked down. It's a cat looking at me dead in my eyes with these big yellow eyes. Just scared the holy shit. Y'all almost just saw me get up and run from my damn recording setup. Anyway, side note. Let me move on. Yeah, whatever. You're dog shit. Your take is dog shit. I think we match up well with the Warriors and Nets. I'm more concerned about the Sixers and Bucks. Listen. Yes, the matchup, and that's the thing with playoff. It's not just about who's the better team; it's about matchups. The matchup thing with the Sixers is true. Now with the Bucks, let's see when we play the Bucks, especially with the Bucks playing Giannis sometimes at the center. We'll see. This is the first time this season that DeMar or Zach isn't the leading scorer for the Bulls. That's an interesting stat, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Io turns into Gilbert Arenas. I think around 12 will be traded. That's if. Haize, when can we expect Alex Caruso back? Oh my God, you guys and Alex Caruso. I have no idea. I have no insiders. I don't have any sources. I don't know, man. I have no idea. But I'm expecting him. I'm still holding out hope he's going to be there for tomorrow. I'm still hoping. Hold out there. Bro, they just exposed Kendall Gill with flaming out Cheetos fingers. I'm deceased. Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's see what else we got. All right. We see red, we see blood. Y'all, all the different versions of the we see red combinations y'all came up with is hilarious. Not gonna lie, I had some thought about moving Lonzo and keeping Io. Not anything that will happen soon, just in a few years. Listen, anything is possible. I'm not ready to have I'm not even doing trade talk on this season, so we'll see. I heard you were looking forward to Bulls Cavs game in Cleveland. Excited for the games in Cleveland. How do you follow? Cleveland is the worst motherfucking city on the planet. Fuck Cleveland. I'm not going to Cleveland for shit. Fuck Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland. I think someone missing last stream that the Bulls win when they listen. Yeah, everything about this. Let's see. Stay gold bang. So we passed 4K subs. So can we get our YouTube cut? Hey, what makes y'all think that I get YouTube cuts, man? What makes y'all think I do giveaways? I'm gonna do more giveaways. That's how I give back. Yes, but we got to 4K subs. Listen, I can't do this shit without you guys. I cannot do this shit without you guys. I knew somebody was gonna say that at some point. Donovan should be a candidate for coach of the year. His playmaking timeouts always come in clutch. He doesn't let the opponent get a run whenever he can help. But listen, Donovan is absolutely going to be in coach of the year conversation. Now, how far he goes depends on what the Bulls record ends up being. But I would say if this Bulls team, a team that people said we made the worst free agent signing, that we weren't going to work out, that we weren't going to play defense, we're getting back to our brand of defense. If this team finishes with 50 to 55 wins, is still the number 1 and number 2 seed in the East, still it ends up being ranked in even the top 10 to top 8 in defense in the league, I think you have to give it to Billy Donovan. 133 to 87, beautiful score right there. Bulls keep putting the extra honey butter on the road. Don't ever spread it out. Now listen, they were the bench players came in and said, "Hey, it's our time to go. It's our time to go." Oh, sorry about that. Had to drink some water there. Super chat from Brandon Jett. Thank you again for the super chat, bro. You always support me. I appreciate you. Adding to the Pezzy Roosevelt Bell Money Fund when he bodies Mr. Benedict Arnold. Listen, all I can say is this, man. When that video for the ballad of the Benedict Arnold is going to be hilarious. But if the Bulls win tomorrow night, the video that's going to be dropping Thursday morning is going to be bananas. Bananas, bro. Bananas, man. Bananas. I hope Harden plays tomorrow so we can prove that we're the best team in the East. We deserve some damn respect. Hey, listen, we got it. We got it. That's what it is. Cats are weird. Cats are the worst. Listen, the cat's cool. I won't even lie. The cat's cool. That like, especially as me not being a cat owner, I love the cat. The cat has I have 2 big ass dogs, and the cat literally came in day 1 and exerted its dominance, and just the dogs don't fuck with the cat. Like they like the cat, but they know like, hey, let me not fuck with the cat too much because this cat may go off. But the way that the cat just pops up out of nowhere, like literally out of nowhere, the shit like. There was earlier point in today where I went downstairs, right? I came downstairs to get some water. The cat was on the couch in the living room, minding its fucking business. I went to the kitchen, I got some water, I came back upstairs, and I swear to God, when I came back upstairs, keep in mind, I had just saw the cat on the couch. The cat was at the top of the steps looking at me when I was coming up the steps, and I'm just like, how the fuck did this happen? Anyway, at least with big ass dogs, you always know because they're big and goofy and dumb. So you always know what dogs are doing. Cats are sneaky as shit, man. Cats are sneaky as shit. Lonzo gonna lock up James Harden. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears, man. But with the way that Lonzo's gotten in James Harden's head the last couple of games they played, I wouldn't be surprised if James Harden comes out trying to bust his ass. Stacey King and Adam Amin are the best announcers team in the NBA. Hey, I'm always gonna roll with us. When I was playing, we learned that no matter how fast you think you are, you cannot run a thrown basketball. So a strong passing team is moving the ball faster than the defense can react. Yes, and that is what frees up rotation, the way that they have to rotate on defense. And eventually, if you keep passing and making smart and quick passes, you're going to get a wide open shot at some point. And that's what when this Bulls offense is its most dangerous. Bulls will rip Bucks apart. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears, my brother. Bulls on beast mode against the lowly Pistons. Yes. They had to be. This is a team where you need to be on beast mode. And again, a tune-up game when you lost one, you have a tough team coming up for sure. Hey, nope, we're not going to do that, Andre. I live in Columbus, Ohio. Now, I'm not from here. I've lived here for 4 years, but Columbus is an amazing city, and I've lived all over the world. I lived in Italy. I've lived in Germany. I lived in St. Louis. I lived in Tennessee for a while. Lived in Atlanta briefly. No, Columbus is an amazing city. People just don't know about it. Columbus is the 13th largest city in the country. It's a dope city. So no, I won't do all our Ohio slander, but we will do Cleveland slander. Cleveland is the only place on earth where prisoners don't mind being locked up. Hey, you don't see the sun, no way. You don't see the sun, no way. So you might as well be in jail, right? Get free meals, get free insurance, get your teeth fixed up. The squad is like that. Let's see. Kobe keeping his most improved player campaign going. Listen, as he keeps playing, it's going to get higher and higher. The probability is going to get that. Can we stay out of All-Star Weekend and just get some good rest and focus on winning? Well, they're doing that because I was talking about Cleveland earlier, so that's what it is. We shouldn't make any trades unless we get another star for the next few years. Don't want to trade and only get marginally better. By the way, just subscribe. MJV, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the family, bro. Hopefully you continue to like the content that we post up here. These live streams are the creme de la creme. So yeah, for sure. Kyrie comes to town. Let's see what happens. Listen. Props to Vooch stepping up for Kobe, like how his team is together, much different than past few seasons. Listen, the whole air around this team, the whole culture around here is very, very different, and it's a good feeling. It makes you feel positive. As before, you couldn't trust the front office. You couldn't trust anything that happens. You're always on the lookout for something to go wrong. This team just feels different. What's up, Haize? I'm really concerned about rebounding and giving up second chance points. How can that improve? Listen, that's the nature of this team. That is the nature of this. That is just the nature of this team, is that they, even when you look at the way that they play defense, is really so they can get back in transition, because they know they don't necessarily have the offensive rebounding, I should say, the offensive rebounding. As far as defensive rebounding and second chance points, it's just about playing tough. It's about getting some more length in there. Sometimes I think, like, even though Derrick Jones Jr. is good, I like Derrick Jones Jr. a lot. He doesn't necessarily bring the energy that Javonte brings in certain times, and that really does change the outlook. Rebounding is really an energy thing, so we'll see how they fix it. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily move. We'll see, but they've won more games than they lost, so we're doing all right. Brandon Nicole, 30 more likes, guys. Absolutely, get those likes up. Shay, do y'all see Petty Roosevelt in your front yard? Just know he on YouTube, always going hard on God. Listen, man, it's so crazy. It's crazy. Listen, Petty Roosevelt, the fact that y'all love Petty Roosevelt so crazy is wild. I like how you repeat every last word you said at the end of your argument. What? No shit talking about cats or I'm booting you, man. Listen. Listen, don't boot nobody for cats. Get ready, Brooklyn. Here come the Chicago Bulls. Let's go, Bulls. I think Billy Donovan got on the Bulls' ass after that Dallas game, Haize. Oh, yeah, for sure. No, look, no. And even before then, like, him even saying that he watched the 9-game winning streak, but he noticed he wasn't happy with the defense that was played. Oh, in that game, best believe after that game, he was getting on some asses. I wouldn't be surprised if he flipped the table. You got to make a send his ass to Cleveland shirt. Matt Nagy needs to go to, he can be the mayor of Cleveland. Cats are not smart and sneaky all of the time. A former roommate 1 year back that jumped twice on the 4th room balcony on the concrete and didn't die. They don't die. They won't die. Let's not realize things is right. You always like to repeat the last 2 words or one. It's funny. Hey, I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do. Dub Bulls, absolutely. Billy Donovan could be the Steve Kerr of the East. I see what you're doing with that. Hey, Haize, that hoodie. Listen, I'm so pissed because it's fading, right? It brings together my 2 favorite things, Star Wars and the Chicago Bulls, which side do I do that on? Yeah, Chicago Bulls. But it's fading. Like, this hoodie is old, so it sucks that it's fading now, and I don't think they make it anymore. So it sucks, man. You always stress winning third quarters. Yes, because I think third quarters sell a lot, right? The reason why I do stress that, just to add a little color to that, is I think that when you at the halftime, right, whether you're winning or losing, there's certain, you adjust to what the other team is doing, so you can either extend your lead or you can get back in the game. When the Bulls lose so many third quarters like they have, to me, that's an indication that the Bulls are either not evaluating something or just not making the proper adjustments that they should at times. And then they do make it in the fourth quarter or whatever. But I think if they make those adjustments earlier, that it can ease the game into them. That's why I always stress the third quarter. But yeah, we definitely did that and won the third quarter today. This Bull teams reminds me of the 2019 Raptors. Everything just fits DeRozan moving like Kawhi. Hey, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I get the comparison and where you're going with it. If this ends for the same way for the Bulls, then hey, more power to it. The sun really doesn't come out in Cleveland. It's like Gotham there, man. It's ugly. Cleveland is an ugly ass city, man. It's just an ugly ass city. Ugly ass city. The cat is now behind me and the dog's behind me, and we'll see what gets interesting. I might get flipped over here because of these two animals. Why are you two whatever. I'll be at the game tomorrow. What's your score? I don't do score predictions, bro. I do win predictions. The Bulls need to win that motherfucking game. I don't give a damn what the score is. I don't care if the Bulls win by 1 point, a half a point. I don't give a fuck. The Bulls need to just leave with a win. I don't do score predictions. Is Amir DeVooch play better when Kobe is on the floor? That may be something that I may have to start looking out for because I haven't really paid attention to that before. The Bulls turned into the 2020 Bulls in the last minute of the first half against the Met. Man, listen. All right, let's see. Super Chat 5. First of all, thank you, Sweet Walk, for the Super Chat. Thank you for supporting the channel on that level, my brother. You are the IO of Bulls YouTube channel. It's extremely talented and humble. Sky's the limit. Thank you, brother. That means a lot to me. I wish I was as young as IO, though, but hey, I appreciate that, man. We've been here for a very short amount of time, and this, at the end of the day, I'm just a guy talking about my favorite team. That's what it boils down to, and that's where the passion and I like to have integrity in anything that I cover. So I appreciate that. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the channel. I guarantee you, Lonzo will be Lonzo Ball called James Harden and said, "B, you better have my money." Y'all so stupid, man. Y'all crazy. Oh, I don't know if I like this. Billy Donovan is the Monty Williams of the Eastern Conference. I don't like the way that ended, though. Right? We want more longevity than that. We want more longevity than that. No bear shirt, no loss, just saying, hey, listen, I told y'all, there's no way in hell I'm wearing that shirt again during this season. It's not happening. Like, I'm a very superstitious person. Very, very superstitious. So, like, that game too was one of the first games that I didn't have on red and black when I watched the game. So, listen, I had to go back to the old faithful. You a big Star Wars games? Thought on Book of Boba Fett so far? I'm a huge Star Wars guy. Huge. Book of Boba Fett has been interesting, right? I can't say that I've liked it as much as like The Mandalorian, as much as I thought I was going to. I really do. I think, with them doing the back and forth thing, kind of filling us in on what happened to him after Return of the Jedi. But it's not bad, right? It's not bad. It's just not as good as maybe I was hoping. And again, maybe I set up myself with expectations in my head, but it's still good. It's still good. Just subscribe, man. C-Rare. Thank you, Adnan. Adnan. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, but thank you so much. Welcome to the family, my brother. Laxus Garcia. Yeah, the Bulls ranked 22nd on defense. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Boba is decent. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed when it comes to Boba Fett. I'm ready for Mandalorian season 3. I'm ready for the Ahsoka Tano show. I'm ready for they're doing in the Old Republic era. I'm excited for all that. So I'm excited for everything Star Wars. I just, it is what it is. Truthfully, yes, Kobe had a slight connection with Vooch off the pick and pop. He looks to give him the ball, whereas Zach and DeMar are looking to score first. And Kobe's passing is improving too. When do you think Zion is going to play? Never. Zion Williamson he's fat Homer Simpson in a dress. No, real talk though. Let me give some real conversation on Zion because I want to respect the question that you asked. Zion Williamson is going to be one of those players that I think is always going to be hurt. It's always going to be a body thing. It's always going to be something going on with him. And that doesn't mean that he may not string it together. It may not mean that he doesn't have like a Bill Walton impact where he still is able to win the title or something like that. But I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe when he gets out of New Orleans, if he ever gets out of New Orleans, it and gets in a different organization, maybe it changes him. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I told you I was going to take that matchup against Kate Winterson personally, and I don't know if he took it personally, but he definitely came out there to play. Do we really need size at the moment, or just keep it as is? Bringing Robert Covington from Chicago will be nice to the four, will make life difficult against the likes of Giannis and KD. Listen, whoever gets bought out, I think the Bulls are going to take a look at. We'll see. We'll see. Bulls win, Bulls win, Bulls win. That's all that matters. Love the show. Keep the positive vibes. So is this room strictly for live streaming and the other? What do you mean this room? What do you mean this room? We don't have rooms here. It's just a channel. What do you mean? Wait, what? After the season, Haize is going to start a Star Wars? Oh, no. Now, I already have a film channel. So check out the film frequency. You actually go to the About tab or the channel tab. I don't know what it's called. You'll see links to my other podcast that are more podcast focused than YouTube focused. But yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, yes. I'm definitely excited for that one. Haize make it. Oh, man. Come on. No, I'll cover it on the movie channel, though. I'll cover them very heavily on the movie channel. Love the channel. Thank you, Scott. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on the bell notifications. I watch every game this year except the loss to Dallas. My superstitious side won't allow me to miss a game again. Hey, listen, I'm so superstitious. It's to my detriment more times. Looks like Caruso's getting close to returning, predicting he will be back versus Warriors. I hope so. I'm enjoying the flashbacks because it gives us a different look at the Tuscans, but they should be done now. Yeah, hopefully. All right, so Gio, I'm actually not doing any more conversation on trade thoughts, but since you submitted it with a super chat, I haven't seen you here before, so maybe you didn't know. Most people know that I'm not really doing trade talk anymore, but here's what I'll say. I trust whatever this front office does. At the end of the day, until they make a deal or a string of deals where it just hurts us or something like that, I'm going to truly trust in this front office. So if they think John Collins is the person, then, that's so be it. I just don't know what we have to give up. I know I've been saying that I don't think this front office gives up Patrick Williams. I don't think in the way that they talked about him, it's something that they want to do. That's not to say that that's what I want to do or anything like that. That's just me thinking I don't think that that's what this front office is going to do. So unless they're willing to give up John Collins for some pieces, I don't think that it happens. He's on a big contract as well. I don't think they look to really bring in something like that, considering everything else that they have going on. So I don't see it happening. But if they decide to do that, I'm going to trust it. I'm going to trust in this front office. Did the new trilogy almost? No. Honestly, this is the thing. I think the new trilogy would have been better if they had one director, at least one writer, or team of writers to focus over it. Right? They didn't do that, so things got off. But I loved The Force Awakens. I loved The Last Jedi for certain for a lot of reasons. I love The Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker, Simba. No. The Rise of Skywalker is the one in that trilogy that I just didn't really care for. And it's the only one that I haven't went back and watched at all. It's the only one that I haven't went back and watched since the first time I saw it. So Shay, do you always want to pat on the back with I'm not getting into that. Zion might start to care more if he gets with the team and he thinks he has a better chance to win. Well, at the end of the day, you got to take care of your body for you, though, right? That's the thing that worries me. And you could be right? I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that you would think that an NBA player that you literally paid to take care of your body, that you would want to do that for you, even if you want to get out there. If you want to get out of New Orleans and request a trade, you still got to take care of your body. So we'll see. Well, Javonte, we'll get Javonte back soon. I hope we get him back soon. I think he's still going to be out a month. Hello, Ball get playing time in Detroit. Well, yeah, I think he will. He means the room you're sitting in. Oh shit! See, they completely went over my head. I'm so focused on the live stream, and he said it right after yellow or the physical. So it's the same room. So I have a studio. It's all the same room. Everything you see me do is in the same room as far as recording wise. I even have a third set you guys haven't seen for real yet. But this one I mainly do live streams on. Like the halftime hangouts usually don't have a lot of people. The pregame shows usually don't have a lot of people, but the postgame they do. This is my custom built PC that I have on this side of the room. So I typically do streams that could get more intensive over here just because the computer is it's like this $3,000 custom computer that I built that has like the newest graphics card and everything in it. So that's why I do that one. Yeah, in a different space. So I have 3 different sets. Actually, you guys have all seen all three sets because I did do the studio tour on my community tab in the shorts. But But yeah, so the one over there is strictly for Chicago Bulls Central. This is the one that I originally built for my solo podcast, and that's why it has the better computer over here, because I use this more as like, so you guys don't know is that I do I do wedding films, I do photography, I do short films, I've worked in documentaries for people. I do a lot of and I do a lot of film and video editing services for other people. So I have a very intensive computer on this side, and so it's better for streaming that way. Since we've been going, I'm actually going to look into getting a better PC for that side too, so I can do more streaming on that side, because I want to actually decorate that side more now for the Chicago Bulls set, and have, like I said, I'm going to get this big picture of Michael Jordan and stuff over there. So you'll see that side more coming up. I know he's not on the team anymore. Players like Wendell Carter, who are young and who are big man, need a good point guard like Lonzo who can pass them the rock and help them get shots. Yeah, typically that always helps with big men. It helps with basketball teams as a whole. Would you rather want to face Miami, Milwaukee, or Brooklyn in the second round? Miami for a lot of different reasons. LOL, Collins is not what we need, bro. We have offense. We need defense. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. We don't. People go to this offensive thing in the next big star. So this is not fantasy basketball for sure. People forget that. Haize, what do you think of Ghost? I loved it. I loved Ghostbusters Afterlife. Loved it. As soon as I see Clay hit a 3 on us, I'm going to start having PTSD flashbacks. You and me both, bro. Sorry, Collins is trash. Patrick Williams is going to be 10. I wouldn't say Collins is trash. That I think is a little bit too harsh of a word there, Shay. But I can see definitely that he doesn't fit this team. Do you think Patrick Williams can be as good as Ron Artest? Ooh, that is a really good comparison. I think so. I'm willing to go on record to say I think so. Haize, do you hoop? Yes, I do hoop. I'm old, but I hoop. The Hicks won't trade them. Bulls can't afford them unless. Yep, exactly. Ricky Fontaine, like LeBron James, I just want my respect. Third room is the hot tub room. Ladies only. Nah, not that. Younger Levine for All-Star starter. Who do you think getting the nod next to DeMar? I'm looking at Levine all day. Winning matters with the number one seed. For God's sake, Atlanta are like 12th or 13th, right? I would say this. Having games on national TV and the amount that the Bulls have between now and the All-Star break can definitely help. After so many years, I thought Jesus was the only one who could fix the Bulls team. Yoda was in a distant second. I'm convinced Billy Donovan is one of the two of them. Well, I mean, I got Yoda on the hoodie today, so there you go. Haize ass is Tommy. You ain't got no job, man. No, I do a lot. While you're jack of all trades, I'm surprised you're not a millionaire by now. Hey, listen, I do very, very well for myself. That's all I can say. Like I've said it before, and this is not to brag, but the studio equipment that I have between the 3 sets and everything here, this studio is like close to a $30,000 studio. So yeah. I mean, I do really well. I do a lot, and it's good that this is why I say, like, once you find your passion, find the passion first. If you can monetize it after, like, I found my passion for photography and video by chance. And then now it's really grown into a thing for me. I work with several brands and stuff. So yeah. Can't wait to get Green and Alex back. You and me both, brother. Jeremiah Yoder, sweet hat. Is that yes, it is a new era hat. Yes. Troy Brown Jr. yes, he played his role very well today. Very well. DeMar said tomorrow going to be a fun game. He's going to drop another 35 piece. Hey. What do you think about the new M1 Max? Those seem good for video editing. So M1 Max are good for what's optimized for them. I don't use Mac computers per se. I like my NVIDIA graphic system and my AMD Ryzen CPUs better, just for what I use them for. But M1, if you're a Mac person, they absolutely, especially if you use Final Cut Pro. I don't use Final Cut Pro. I use Premiere Pro. And while Premiere Pro has been optimized for the M1 with the latest, because it has graphics acceleration on the Premiere Pro side, I just like Premiere Pro better. So it is what it is. Lonzo needs more shots. I don't disagree with that. That's MLK Day game is going to be a good one. Yes, and I just realized I did not realize that I had the 3-day weekend coming up. So for the MLK game, you will be getting a pregame, a halftime, and a postgame show. Absolutely. I think I know you may think I'm annoying with my praise for Nikola Vucevic, but it's just that I've had study his career. Plus, I feel like I know him as a player by now. Hey, it's not annoying. If that's your guy, that's your guy. That's at the end of the day. Have love for your players, man. That's fine. DeMar DeRozan for MVP this season. Yeah, he's definitely top 3 as of right now. We'll see where he finishes at, but he's definitely top 3 for sure. Not looking too far ahead. I hope come playoffs, the Bulls go Black Sox for home games like the second three-peat. They did that at some point in the D Rose era too, right? And went Black Sox for home games, I think. Ricky, were you able to get a pair of Jordan 1 patent breads? No. My sister did, I think, though. We do need a lob threat athletic big that can play pick and roll defense. We have that. His name is Derrick Jones Jr. They just, for some reason, have gotten away from the pick. The Derrick Jones Jr. Alonzo pick and roll became a dangerous weapon for a stretch there, and then he went down, and then they haven't gone back to it. If this chat was a basketball team, what position would you give all of us? Oh, man, I'm not going to get into that. That takes too much thinking right now. What solid big man can we up? Not doing acquisition talks anymore. Would you ever do a supercut of this Bull season highlights for the channel? Probably towards the end of the season. How long did it take you to learn video? Listen, okay, so video editing took me, and now I know how to do like special effects and 3D modeling, but this is what I do. The first time ever, this was maybe 6-7 years ago. I was like, I want to start, because I used to do a different podcast, a wrestling podcast. I was like, I want to start learning how to edit video. I literally started editing the video, and the audio and the video somehow got out of sync, and I said, fuck it, this is not my thing. I didn't touch it again for 3 years. And then I literally sat down with myself when I was determined to learn video, and I just sat down for a day, and I said, I'm gonna learn everything about it today. Between YouTube University and trial and error, by the end of that day, I felt very confident in my ability to edit video baseline. And then I just kept adding and adding to that. So yeah, it took a minute, right? It takes some determination, but it's like it clicks. Once it clicks for you, everything else starts making sense. Beowulf, what buyout guys are looking for? Haize, I've talked about it before. Derek Favors, Tristan Thompson. There's been some talk of Harrison Barnes, but I mean, at the end of the day, we'll see. The funniest thing to see if it happens would be a Stephen A. face if the Warriors get knocked out by the Grizzlies Sun in the postseason and Curry doesn't win MVP. Man, listen, that man needs to be flamed. How old are you? I am 35, just turned 35 December 5th. I'm 35 years old. Do you think this Bulls team will be better with Gafford or Chandler Hutchinson, or was getting Troy Brown Jr. and whatever followed from the Wagner acquisition better? Listen, it was only better for the sense that the Bulls were never going to be able to sign Daniel Gafford to that contract. It was good to get rid of Chandler Hutchinson. Troy Brown Jr., you know, he has some, but like I said, for the makeup of this team and the route that this team went, they probably would have traded him either way. Even if they didn't trade Daniel Gafford last offseason, he probably would have been included in one of the signing trade deals to bring either Lonzo or DeMar here, or Caruso. Maybe they would have turned, like, Gafford was not going to be on the team, not at what he got offered contractually. He was not going to be here. He was just not going to be here. Hey, man, can we do a group on the 200 level for a home game and you can go live from the suite? Listen, I'm down. I am down. Being insane for a minute, Serge, would be very reliable fit. I don't mind. I would not mind Serge at all. How long did it take you to learn video? I think I already answered. It just really sat down for a day and really learned it. Lob threat is Tyler. Oh, yes, I forgot about Tyler Cook. You are absolutely right with that one. I know you don't do trade talks, but isn't Troy Brown Jr. and Pat? No, it wouldn't be nice. That'd actually be terrible. No, it wouldn't be nice. Listen, and you guys got to look. What we don't need another scorer. We need a defender. And Jeremy Grant, while he does the highlight things of like blocks, look at him. His team is better defensively when he's off the court. That's just a fact. When he's on the court, they are outscored. I think it's like negative 111 negative 11 per 100 possessions, and then it's negative 3 when he's off the court. I have to go back and look at the stats, but like Jeremy Grant is not what some people try to crack him up to be. How do you feel about Kendall Gill, Will Purdue coverage of our team? Listen, it's amazing. I love it's Kendall Gill, Will Purdue. I mean, it's cool. Like it's cool. It's cool. What is your favorite play of the season so far? DeMar's first buzzer beater was mine. Yeah, that's absolutely it. And Antonio Johnson. Yeah, if you go to Bull Central Pod on Twitter, if you have Twitter, DM me there. We could talk. I can see because I made some videos and tutorial videos. I can send those to you. So let me know. I'll definitely send it to you. Oh, not getting into that. Y'all handle y'all beef. I want D Rose coming off the bench for this Bulls team. He's no. That's that fan thing. No, like that completely throws off the makeup of the scene. Maybe we can get someone who gets released at the trade deadline. Yeah, we'll probably. Haize, off topic. The Matrix is one of my favorite franchises. So I was supposed to do a review of the latest Matrix movie on my film review, and I'm still going to probably do it this weekend. I'm going to do Scream as well because I'm going to see Scream the day it comes out. But literally, Matrix was one of the movies where I left the movie theater and I did not like it at all. Not like it at all. Brandon, again, thank you for another super chat, my brother. This is for having the same birthday. Turned 40 on the 5th. Wow, bro. Wow. Same birthday. That's why we get along so much, Brandon. I appreciate you, brother. Kobe has really started to perfect his fleece. Yes, he's putting it on the floor. That floater is getting dangerous. His passing is getting better. His defense is getting better. He's doing really, really good. I think Troy Brown Jr. can be like Ronnie Brewer type of player with better offense. I mean, yeah, but are they going to pay him for that potential? That's the key thing. He's an expiring contract. Are they going to pay him? We need a guy like that young, but that's not possible unless he's traded and released. We'll see. In a house of Blazers, Sixers, and Bulls fans, I finally have the best team in the house. Well, happy for you, Cap. I doubt the Clippers will trade Ibaka. Him and Kawhi have been best friends since the Toronto days. That's why Ibaka went to the Clips in free agency, unless Kawhi agrees. Keep in mind, the Bulls did trade Thad, and Thad is Zach's guy. So we'll see. Sometimes I think King Austin, and this is not to say that you're wrong, right? But sometimes I think us as fans put more into those personal relationships than what the actual teams do. Like that's just what I think. I and I'm not saying that necessarily applies in this case to Kawhi and Ibaka, but I'm just saying I think sometimes we put more in that. We put more in that than what's actually in it. Everyone was saying we were too big last season. Now everyone's saying we're too small. Listen, there's always going to be something. Which win was sweeter, the buzzer beater against Indiana, Washington, or smashing the Pistons? The buzzer beater against Indiana. That was sweeter for me. DZ. Listen, man, that movie was. Listen, the biggest thing about it, right? Storyline aside, the Matrix movies were always about great fight choreography. The fact that the whole end of the movie, it's just Neo going around doing this. This is it. Doing this. That's all he fucking kept doing. Doing this. Like, where was the choreography? That's what bothered me so much. That's what bothered me so much about that. If they trade Kobe and Pat, Pat will break the team. They would be super to move them, in my opinion. I agree with you right now. I agree with you for sure. What up, Haize? Bulls now going for 71 wins, 11 losses. Thoughts? I think you're smoking, and I think you are feeling good after a win, and I applaud you for your choice in marijuana. Max was just making Trinity and Anomaly was too much, and it was a love story. I mean, there's still a way in which they could have made it a love story, and it made sense. It just, the movie was just weird. What are your thoughts on Matt Thomas? He's cool. He's into the bench player. He's all right. What's the worst jerseys you ever seen the Bulls? Those green St. Patrick's Day jerseys. I fucking hated those goddamn things. Hated it. He's saving himself for John Wick. You may be right, Brandy. The Matrix movie really pisses me off, man. Listen, that movie is terrible. Bing bong, you them dogs in the front yard, go Bulls. Y'all killing me with that. 50 to 60 wins. Hey, quadruple X. Listen, if the Bulls get 60 wins, I'm gonna have to come up with something because I'm gonna have to do something batshit ass crazy because that would be wild. Wow, we have to get so many postseason awards if that's the case. So many of them. Honestly, we don't need to trade any of our players currently. The chemistry is good. Well, keep in mind, yes, the chemistry is good. It depends on, like, as much as I've been saying, I don't think the Bulls are going to trade somebody. They're going to look towards the buyout. If the Bulls were able to do a trade for somebody that they wanted, and it was like just like Troy Brown Jr.'s contract. Well, Troy Brown Jr. is the player. Let me not take away, especially because now he's improving, or something like that. I think that they would do it. But again, I'm not really doing trade talk right now, so I'm going to step away from that. We all know we getting 58 wins. That's why they let Dallas break the streak to lose some games to get to 58. You're so crazy, blah. You're crazy, bro. Missed the game, but I'm still up in here for the fam. See Red. Hey, bro, I appreciate you, my boy King Booker World, man. I'm too old for a good fight choreography. You get the force from me. Hey, man, that force push was crazy. Force push was crazy. Honestly, we don't need a trade. Oh, yep. I already read that one. No trade talks, Haize. Hey, I'm not doing trade talks, live sports. Hey, man, thank you. Hey, thank you so much for your support lately. I know you just recently found the channel. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your Bulls content as well, my brother. Shay, I believe 100% Patrick Williams could slow down Kevin Durant, at least slow down for sure, for sure. The fact they didn't bring Lawrence Fishburne back killed it for me. It was more CGI than hard work. Hey, man. Lawrence may have said, as much as we say that they didn't bring him back, Lawrence may have read that script and said, man, what the fuck is this? Also, the Matrix movie exposed how bad an actor Keanu. See, the thing is this, right? Keep in mind, is that, yes, his acting early in the movie was weird, but then looking back at it, I think because he saw himself as an older person, right? Or he was supposed to be older, maybe I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. Ooh, Zion gonna be the new Greg Oden, and it's sad. Oh, man, let's hope not. Let's hope not. Yep. Play Memphis Monday at 2:30. So I'll try to do the pregame show probably around 1, and then halftime hangout clearly at halftime, postgame show right after the game ends. King Austin, I know how much you absolutely despise Cleveland, but if the Bulls were to face the Cavs in the playoffs, would you know? Listen, there is nothing at all that is going to get Haize to go to Cleveland. It's not going to happen. I said it before in the halftime hangout. Jesus himself could be in Cleveland and say, all you have to do is come to Cleveland and I will open up the gates of heaven to you. And I'd be like, you know what? I don't mind staying in hell. I don't mind it. I like the heat anyway. I'm not going to Cleveland for anything. There's nothing that's going to get me to go to Cleveland. Nothing that's going to get me to go to Cleveland. Ace, I watch a lot of anime, and of course, Dragon Ball. Come on, man. In my era, Dragon Ball Z was the thing. I remember waiting so long for them to get to the Cell Saga. I felt like they played the 2 sagas before the Cell Saga back to back, and then finally went to the Cell Saga. And don't get me started when Cartoon Network finally got to the Boo Saga. That shit drove me crazy. But yes, I remember all those breaks. And next time on Dragon Ball Z, like, come back a 30-second clip and then they're back on. That shit was frustrating. I like how we gave some other players times when we were 30 points ahead. Yes, that's what teams do. That's what you're supposed to do. Live Wire Sports, Vontae will be back in 2 weeks. Well, we'll see. That has not been confirmed yet, I don't think. We'll see. Bulls win 12 straight titles, but you have to spend one night in Cleveland. Oh, my Jesus. Oh, shit. Oh, God damn it. Why'd you have to ask me this fucking question? Shit. One night in Cleveland for 12 titles in a row? Man, I got to take one for the squad then. I guess I'll do it, man. Oh, fuck. That's bad. Valentine is the best rap in the NBA. What? Get Gums McGee up out of here. The truest Bull statement in 20 years, joking post comment about visiting Cleveland. Yeah, man. Over and over until the Cell Saga. That shit is crazy. Jonathan Washington Jr., favorite food. Either Dominican food. I love Dominican food. Italian, because I grew up in Italy, so I love Italian, authentic Italian, not that Olive Garden bullshit. Actual Italian. And hot wings. I love hot wings are a love language to me. Hot wings are a love. If I give you the last hot wing in my presence, I love you on a level that you will never be able to comprehend. Never be able to comprehend. Speaking about Cleveland, I went there to visit an ex. Big mistake. First of all, the fact that your ex went to Cleveland, you should have just known it was a lost cause. It was a lost cause. There was no need to visit that motherfucker. Let them stay in hell where they are. Let them stay in hell where they are. Thoughts on Chimera arc? And listen, y'all getting me all sidetracked, man. Y'all have to come over to the film channel. The film channel. Dragon Ball Z, you Power Rangers era, Haize. Hey, I'm all that era. I'm gonna keep Dragon Ball Z era was still that would have been middle school. I wasn't even in high school then. So yeah. Take one for the team. Yeah, I'll take one for the team, man. If it's just one night, I'll take one for the team. Because I'm evil, you bastard. You bastard. I'll move there a year. Hey, listen, you take that for the team then. One night in Cleveland is Arkham Asylum. Listen, man. Listen. Between Cleveland and East St. Louis, I don't know if y'all hip to East St. Louis or not, but yeah, man. Shay, if I were to pay you, what is that? Is that 100,000? How many zeros is that? Would you? No, it's not. I'm fine financially. No, fuck that. That's why I love the channel. Go Bulls. All right, let's see. Oh, first of all, Haize gets stomped out nowhere. Let's be clear with that. Haize is good in every hood, everywhere, because I wish a motherfucker would. I live by the I wish. I wish a motherfucker would try to test me. No, Cleveland is just terrible. It's a terrible ass city. It's literally where death, depression, and despair live. Like, no, I'm good on that. The four horsemen of the apocalypse are resting right now in Cleveland, Ohio. This period. Cleveland is just a terrible ass city. I speak some? I understand more than I speak. Haize, I will fight you over some hot wings if I see someone on the table and it was survival of the fittest. Bro, it's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. Not Bulls related. Thoughts on the Sixers trying to listen? I'm not doing trade talk for my team. I'm definitely not doing trade talk for another team. My brother Millar Miller, you know I love you, bro, but I'm not doing trade talk. Do you plan on attending any playoff games? And listen, so if first choice is to get to Chicago. Chicago's only a 5-hour drive for me, and that's nothing. Indy is in, which Indy is not going to be in the playoffs, but if they ever were, that's a 3-hour drive. If they ever were to face Washington, DC is one of my favorite cities as well. I'll go to DC. Those are kind of the cities around me. Atlanta too. Like I definitely go to Atlanta. I lived in Vicenza, Italy. Bulls can really go deep in the playoffs and probably surprise some people. They have size, high IQ, guard play, and clutch shot creators to hit big shots. Oh, the size thing we'll see about. But yeah, the Bulls, come on, they could go deep in the playoffs. No, we're going deep in the playoffs. Martin Medina, this is too funny. What about the Cleveland shit? Naruto is better written than DBZ. Yeah, it absolutely is. Naruto is absolutely a better written show, for sure. Will Bulls get not doing trade conversation? Olive Garden is not like that's like Taco Bell is to authentic Mexican food is like that shit is garbage. What did Cleveland do to me? It existed. Like that's all it did. The fact that it exists. You know how like in the new Godzilla movies, the moment that another gigantic creature exists, Godzilla's like, I gotta stomp this motherfucker out. Like I gotta either you're gonna bow or you gotta die. Like that's the two questions. That's the two options. How I feel about Cleveland is why do you exist? Why what's the purpose? Why did we need the first ring of hell to be in Cleveland, Ohio? That's how I feel about it. Do you just hate Cleveland because of LeBron or no? It doesn't matter about LeBron. Like I guarantee you, LeBron's hairline would be 2 inches more forward if he didn't play in Cleveland for so long. Cleveland is just a terrible ass city. It's just a bad city. Shout out to the fresh mozzarella, di bufala, bruschetta, cannolis, and any type of limoncello Italian vibes. Hey, man. And Italian sodas. Oh, man, listen here. This is the way the Bulls are supposed to win against these lower ranked teams. Absolutely, Marquis. Absolutely. 5 hours. Well, I am in Columbus, Ohio. It's a 5-hour drive. I think it's more like 5.5, but the way I drive, it's a 5-hour drive. Yep, the All-Star game is in Cleveland, and I will not be attending that shit at all. I could get free tickets. Listen, I really hate Cleveland. Like, I know I say it and I embellish it to be funny, but I legitimately hate the city of Cleveland. Like, all jokes aside, I hate the city of Cleveland. Bad. Like, I hate the city. And I even have some friends that are from there. I live here. I have some people in my life that are from there. Some of the most important people in my life are from Cleveland, Ohio. But I hate the city of Cleveland, Ohio. I hate it. Pay Wolf. Oh, I know it's that time of year, but I'm not doing it at all. I'm over the trade talk. I'm not doing it at all. Bro, it's funny that you say that. My daughter is a huge Naruto fan, and she hates the way I say it too. Hates the way I say it. Hates it with all the passion in the world. Oh yeah, for sure. That's why damn it, I lost my train of thought here. What was about to go with this? I don't know. I have to come back to it. I completely lost my train of thought. Would it be cheaper to fly to Chicago with the price of petrol these days? Listen, I like driving. Anything sub 10 hours, now sub more like 8 hours, I love driving. It's peaceful to me. I throw on music, throw on podcasts, and I drive. And don't get me wrong, flying is cool, right? But I enjoy driving. So would you rather have Denzel Valentine play 25 minutes a game or have Jim Boylan back for the next 5 years? Blow up the franchise. Fuck it. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. Shay, you like that big brother I would have fun with, but at the same time, you would keep me in check. Hey, absolutely. Lake Erie caught on fire once from Cleveland's pollution. Hey, that wouldn't even surprise me. Haize gonna get jumped by Bone. Listen, fuck Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, man, listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't care about none of that shit. None of the Busy Bone. Have y'all noticed that Busy Bone and Corey LeRae are like the same person, just gender swap? Has anybody noticed that? Like, Corey LeRae is Busy Bone reincarnated as a woman while he's still alive. Tell me I'm wrong. Nobody can prove me wrong. That's all I'm going to say. Nobody can prove that wrong. They're literally the same person, just different genders. That is it. You're literally the same person. Corey LeRae is Busy Bone. Can Billy Donovan coach the Bears next season? Listen, no, but first of all, I wouldn't want to stress Billy Donovan out like that. Man, that's going to be so interesting to see what they do with the Bears, man. It's going to be so interesting to see. I've already committed to doing a Bears channel next. I'm actually probably going to be starting the Bears channel in when is the NFL draft? I'll probably started around there. We have to trade for Grant. No, you have to shut up. We don't have to trade for Grant. Grant doesn't solve shit. That's our fucking problem. Not a goddamn thing. Y'all stop going off of easy like that. That's not how to construct a team. Like, y'all got to stop with this shit. Cleveland must be Sodom and Gomorrah. Hey, that's a great comparison to it. That is great comparison to it. I went to Cleveland, I think, one time, and it felt like I had to take it. Listen, I'm telling you, it's terrible. The city of Cleveland is terrible. You know, Busy got a channel. He gonna listen. Busy Bone don't want to see Petty Roosevelt. Busy Bone, listen. Take Corey LeRae ass somewhere else, man. Busy Bone don't want none of this. The McCaskies need to sell the franchise. Yes, they absolutely do. I'm surprised they still own the franchise, to be honest. We'll see, man. They need something. They need something. Bears is as bad as Cleveland is to you, man. Listen, the Bears stress me out, but I love them. I love them. Oh man. Well, somebody said the word need. Hey, I'm out. Listen, I'm trying to keep. Wait. Is this true? Is this true? Please tell me this is true. Please, somebody to God, tell me that Inside the Chicago Bulls is from Cleveland, Ohio. Somebody, please, because it all makes sense. It all makes sense now. It all literally fucking makes sense. The dude is so high off the pollution in Cleveland that no wonder he can't process actual basketball and he makes up so many rumors. The motherfucker is high. He really thinks that he lives in reality. Please, somebody tells me that's true. Please, somebody tells me that's true. So I guess y'all want to be disappointed every week talking about the trash ass Bears, man. Listen, man. That shit is crazy. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my God, that motherfucker has to be from Cleveland now. Somebody leave a comment. No, don't say. I don't want to do that because then if somebody leaves some crazy comments on there, he'll say it's me. Never mind. Petty R.A. Man, listen. How long do you think it'll be till someone offers Chris Fleming a head coaching role? And do you think he would go if it was Cleveland? Listen, if he accepts a head coaching role in Cleveland, then I already know his coaching career is going to be trash. Period. I'm not even going to worry about it at that point. We'll see, man. We'll see. What is the real issue between you and Inside the Chicago Bulls? No, not at all. He's disrespectful to my favorite franchise. This is the thing, and I've talked about this before, and I'm going to very briefly, I'm going to get serious for a minute. The reason why I dislike Inside the Chicago Bulls is because if you look at any of his videos, it's clear he doesn't actually watch the team. He capitalizes off a team that has a huge fan base from the dynasty era, and he doesn't like the again. What is something I say here all the time? Integrity. He literally makes up some shit, right? Or be some one-off person like, oh, the Bulls may have interest in Jeremy Grant, and his video is the Bulls are trading for Jeremy Grant. And what do you guys think about this, Bulls fans? That's literally what he does. And it's bullshit. And as somebody who likes the integrity in covering, especially when it's my favorite team, I live, bleed, and die Chicago Bulls. That shit is disrespectful to me. That shit is disrespectful to me. Period. So that's why I don't like it. Inside the Chicago Bulls smoking on that K2, that Delta 8. Naruto fans, Naruto is better. It's better written, right? Haize, you live in Ohio but love Chicago sports. Do you have Chicago? Yes, I answer this almost every stream. I'm not from Ohio. I'm a military brat. I've lived all over the country. I mean, all over the world. My dad is from Chicago. My dad's born and raised in Chicago, so that's how I became a Chicago sports fan. If you say be more specific 3 times, then a petty man comes out behind you with this hat. I'm convinced that the Shed is going to find some way to get Haize. Listen, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's no way in hell it's not going to happen. Listen, it's not. I'm not going to Cleveland. I'm not doing it. Now I got to watch his page. No, you don't. Just save yourself from the bullshit. He's trying his best. Now, I'm trying, man. I already flipped his back earlier, man. I'm trying. You think any Bulls assistants get some head coaching opportunities this offseason? Mo Cheeks have been what? Listen, I don't know, right? Fleming had a great stretch, right? But I don't know if that. I really do think this, right? We're seeing a lot of players go from retiring to being off a couple years right in the head coaching positions. I do think that maybe the days of like assistants having hot stretches, getting them jobs may be over with. Because when you look at things like Luke Walton getting jobs and just not being able to stick anywhere after him running that Golden State team when Steve Kerr was out with health injuries, I just don't know. I don't know. Anything's possible, but I just don't know. I don't know. Ricky Fontaine said, I need to what? Oh no, he's talking about some when it comes to trade talk, not you. Oh man, you don't even live here. Geez, no wonder why I hate Cleveland so much. Wait, what? Brandy, are you in Cleveland? Does your son play basketball? Yes. My 16-year-old son plays basketball and football. He actually started his first year. He ended up being on the varsity team in football, but he also plays basketball. My son is like my 16-year-old son. How tall is he? He's a little bit taller than me. I'm 5'10". So yeah, he plays basketball. And then my youngest son loves basketball. But he hasn't played organized basketball yet. He's 8, so we'll get him there. Do you watch AEW? I swear, if we like if we make the finals and I see Lonzo or Kobe pull a Robin and show up that show between games. Listen, I do like AEW. I like their brand of wrestling. I think it's so much better than what the WWE is putting together. Usually, especially now that Vince McMahon is completely like neutered NXT. Like it's some of the best brand of basketball of wrestling out there. Who would you? Bullshit talkers be. What SA? Who's SAS? Um, I don't know who's SAS. What's? Let me know what that abbreviation is, and I'll get back to your question. Okay, Ricky, Julia, Jules. All right, what y'all got left for me? About to start wrapping things up. What you got left for me? Because this chat has gone between Naruto talk, DBZ talk, Cleveland talk. Hassan's about to get blocked. Hassam, whatever his name is. Your son gonna get drafted to the league and go to listen, and I will never see him play in person. Period. Period. Oh, Stephen A. Smith. All right, let me go back to this. I'm tired, y'all. All right. Who would your top 5 biggest bullshit talkers list be? Would Stephen A. Smith be up there? I mean, yeah. Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless. Are you talking about shit talkers against the Bulls or shit talkers in general? I'll give it in general. Stephen A. Smith, of course, Skip. Friedel. I already roasted Bontemps' ass. Broussard. And there was this podcast I listened to, and I can't remember. I was just like scrolling through basketball podcasts to listen to, and I was like cooking or something like that one day, and they roasted the Bulls. And I really wanted to go in on them, but I'm like, as a podcaster, I don't want to start like podcast beef. That's corny. So yeah, it is what it is. Just went to Inside the Chicago Bulls and laughed at the silliness. Damn Cleveland wannabes. Uh, I wish we can play Detroit 82 games a year. The Shadden podcasts are hilarious on days like that. Hey, it's so funny, like because it really like there's not much to break down with the game. Like it kind of takes the turn that it does. Getting ready for that video where every analyst was wrong about Chicago. Yep, for sure, for sure. How far do you go back with wrestling? I was a big fan of the Von Erichs. Listen, I go back to wrestling. Keep in mind, I was born in '86. But I go back to wrestling when Stone Cold Steve Austin had long blonde hair. I go back to the Undertaker before he ever started talking. They're cutting promos and they had Paul Bearer. I go back to the days where, yeah, I go back far. I go back to the ECW days. Yeah, all of that, all of that. Who's the best all around wrestler and why is it Shawn Michaels? Macho Man Randy Savage would like a word. Because Macho Man Randy Savage, people forget sometimes that man told stories in the ring that were just amazing, amazing. But Shawn Michaels is great. Um, what else am I thinking about? But yeah, Macho Man was fucking amazing. Macho Man was great. Macho Man may be involved in one of the best wrestling matches of all time. So yeah. Yeah. And not to forget wrestlers in Japan too. Like some of those wrestlers are all-time greats. Nakamura, like he got neutered in WWE, but Nakamura's run when he was in New Japan was bananas. Bananas. We're almost halfway through the season and haven't played Milwaukee once. Every game is going to feel real important. Yes, for sure. For sure. All right, let's go ahead. Last couple of comments. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Sean NMC 2007. Love the podcast. Good night. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for everything. Y'all turn on the notification because like YouTube is not pushing out my videos for some reason. I think, like I said before, I think it's because of how much we've grown in a short amount of time that they may think it's like some fishy going on there. But we'll see. We'll see. Yep. Oh yeah, Bret Hart. Come on, man. How did I forget about Bret Hart? For absolutely sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bret Hart's amazing. Bret Hart, that man told stories in the ring too. All right. All right. Great game tonight. We got a tough one coming up tomorrow. Bulls fans, lock in, load in, get your praise in. It's going to be an interesting ride tomorrow for the Chicago Bulls. I have a video out tomorrow morning. I don't know if I'll be able to do a pregame or halftime hangout tomorrow. I should have that finalized tomorrow, but you'll definitely at least be getting a stream afterwards. But yeah, other than that, man, I love you guys. You already know. Wait, what's this? I just got the notification for the Sunday loss video during the see, and I knew it was something like that. Like YouTube is, it's weird, man. It's really, really weird. It's really, really weird. But you know, we're still steady growing. We just passed 4,200 subscribers. You know, we just passed 4,000 less than a week ago. So we're still growing at a great rate. But it's just weird that they're not pushing it out as much right now. But you know, it is what it is. We're not going to get caught up on that. I'm just going to keep pushing out good content, and hopefully you guys continue to enjoy it. But this is going to be the last comment for today from Brandon L. Jet. Good night, Haize. I'll see you tomorrow. And that is what I'm going to end on, you guys. I love you guys, man. Like I like to end everything on. Make sure you're following the podcast at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And if you want to leave us a voicemail or a text so I can play it on the podcast tomorrow, you can do that at 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Bulls related. And we're out this bitch. Peace.